Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
And when you answer, could you include the Christian in the answer somehow?
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay. What was the motivation to start the organization, Børn, unges, mærkesager?
I think the motivation was we had a conversation about this confirmation and how many people don't have as much money anymore, and how it has grown into be like a small wedding. It's no longer like when I was young, you just got a dress and it was a nice day with presents and that was it. Today it's like you have to get your hair done and your nails, and you have to have a special dress, and you have to be picked up in a car, maybe a helicopter or something. It's quite big, and I think many families can't compete on that. So I think the motivation was that we decided to do something for those who had not so much money.
Okay. And if you could tell us a bit about the history of the organization.
Well, it's not a long history. It's about 2 years. We've done it two years now. So there's not much history in it actually, but we did it last year, and it was a fast decision. One day, we just decided to do it. And was like, okay, then I guess we do it. And then we just did it. And it was very messy, and we experienced a lot of difficulties about it, but we got wiser. So this year it was a bit easier, just a bit, but it was easier. So so we did it again this year. So yeah.
And the structure of the organization?
There's not much structure in it so far. There's me, and that's about it. I just got a new press secretary. That's about it.
Okay, good. But how many sponsors do you have?
I don't have that many sponsors. They're most private persons.
Okay.
And I got very good prices where I buy the food.
Okay.
We get it quite cheap. So I guess that's a kind of a sponsor. Last year we had more sponsors on,
okay.
And we get the kitchen for free. So that's a sponsor. So not very many, but a few.
What about volunteers?
Well, this year we were 4 volunteers, and last year I think we were 6.
Okay.
And there were more this year, but I had to change the date, and suddenly they couldn't because they had other things they had to do. So probably more than 4, but we were only 4 out making the food,
okay.
And then some people are driving it here and there. So.
And how many families do you have?
We helped 16 this year.
16.
Yeah.
And last year?
I don't remember last year. I think it was about 14 families.
Okay, so it's a bit more.
Yeah, it's a bit more.
Can you tell us what the vision and mission and values of the organization are?
Well, the value is to create more light, more happy happy memories for people, the young people. But I think I'm just gonna have a visit now. Hej, honey. Skal jeg lige hjælpe dig med den der? Værsgo. Så er der smadremaskinen. Okay. Sorry. The vision is, I think we want to do more than only this in the spring. We want to help them in the summertime. It's a long holiday. Most school kids have 7 weeks holiday. I skal lige... Jeg har ikke tid lige nu, skatpige. Ja, men så bare tage ind i tasken. Where was I? Oh yes, we want to do more. 7 weeks holiday, that's a long holiday for people. And if you don't have any money at all, 7 weeks is really a long time. So we want to give them something like going to an entertainment park or something, amusement park, zoos and stuff. And then perhaps something around Christmas. On the long term, maybe we'll do even more, but we have to start where I can see the end and where there perhaps is a possibility to get somewhere. That would be a amusement park, getting 360 movies or something like that. There's very many different places in Denmark where you can go to, but all costs, and some are very, some are impossible, I would say. Yeah, I hope maybe some summer camps in along the business.
So that's some of the things that you would like to offer.
Yeah.
And that's how you see the organization expanding?
Yeah, in the beginning, I think that's where I can see that I have the time to work for, that we start in the smaller places with amusement parks. In the long-term vision could be that we could make these summer camps where people could go for a whole week, and we could perhaps help the parents also, but mainly we are on the children games right now. Okay. That's the important part, not so much the parents. However mean that sounds.
So now we talked a bit about about the organization. So now we would like to talk about the three parts, if you would like, of the organization, or those that you interact with.
Yeah.
So let's start with the applicants, the receivers of the great help you give. How many are contacting you?
Well, I've had. This year we had the 16 families which we helped, but we got into Danmarks Radio, and we got more people asking if we could help them, but we were finished, so that was the end of it. But I think there was a few more families who already tried there, 2 or 3 more families, and I already have somebody who's asked for next year also. Okay. So that's a bit early, but they probably already know how it is next year. Yeah. Yeah.
And do they specifically ask for this help, or what kind of help do they need? Most of them knows that they can get the food for this big party, but some people ask, what is this and what can I get? And but most people actually do read first on Facebook and on the homepage, webpage, that this is what we do right now and this is what you can get help with. So they ask quite specific about that. They have this party and they need food for this many people. Mm-hmm. But there is, of course, people who think we come out and make everything in their home. And it's like, that would be nice, but kind of impossible to do with that many places in the whole country and with that many Sundays. So that would be an expansion.
That would be a very big expansion, and I think it's going to be quite difficult.
What's your impression of and how do the families contact you? They contact you to?
They contact me to Facebook, mostly by mail. I actually specifically asked them to contact me by mail because it's easier to sit down and only have one place. Because if they start on Facebook and there's one conversation there and then they go over to mailing, then it's difficult to. Which was this and it was there and it goes into. So I prefer it's only on mail, and if they add me on Facebook, I write very nicely that sorry, but I would like to know you personally, so I just don't become friends with them. Yeah. So.
And what? How do you?
Actually, this year we
describe it in any way.
Some of them actually describe quite well what is wrong, and it's very touching to read about. Yeah. Some of them are running from an ex-husband who's beating them, and some people are just very poor because they have a disease that they don't really know anything about, so they're all out of cash and they're out of work. And some people write because they're studying and they don't have that much money, which is fair enough. If you have to throw a big party to 40 people and you have only the SU, it's not very easy to get into. Yeah, so it's most people are very poor and is mostly on mental or physically sick people. Yeah.
Okay. So that's some of the problems that you see in the families.
Yeah, that's mostly the problems we see. What we were told about. It's not always they write. Sometimes, and we don't ask for it because it can be a lot to take in. To keep on writing about all these. It's kind of sad stories, and it goes like, "Oh, I really want to help you, but you have to make a line and say I want to help you, but that's as far as we go. Because if I have to get involved with them personally."
then I'm gonna get very, very tired too soon. So I try to just keep a firm.
Be specific about this is the.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Do they use a specific language?
No, I don't think there's a specific language about no.
Reflection.
Yeah.
There's a reflection.
Oh.
Might be that.
No, I don't think that's not that I've read. Some of them are. No, I don't think there was a special language actually. It's a sad story, so perhaps it's a sad language.
Yeah, okay. But you can, when you tell it about illness and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There can be many angles into.
Yeah, some of them are excusing for themselves, but most of them they just write that this is how it is, and they're very shameful about it. I don't think it's a funny thing.
And if you say something,
Oh, you can contact me.
what would like
I have a sales pitch. Do please come and I'll give you something.
that was one of the reflections we had. What kind of
How do we sell the story when we go out?
how's the scene we can set up and make people actually contact?
Well, I don't really have a sales speak.
No,
I tried to sort of think about. I was like, oh. Ja, tag du barnet gå. Well, I think that you just write if they need help. It's not much to be shameful about. Just do it. It's.
We were thinking something along the lines that it might be something that we should try to make it or emphasize that it's actually can be a brave act somehow.
I think it's
to reach out and say actually I do.
It's okay to say you need help because the thing we try to hide it in.
Like to help.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem to us.
I think there's more people that would like to help than they actually know of. And if you actually take that step and say, okay, so we're poor, we don't have that much, but we would like to do something for the children, we would like to do something for ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's okay to do that. It's okay to ask for help. I think we forgot that somewhere along the line. We used to do it before. If you go back in culture, it was normal that you took care of other people. Hej skat, pige. Vil du være, jeg sidder lige og snakker med Thomas? Kan du ikke løbe over og spille på telefonen?
Hvor lang tid har vi tilbage?
6 minutter, 7 minutter.
Okay.
Skal vi ikke bare stoppe? Så er det lige starte igen.
Hvor gør vi det?
Den røde knap.
Den røde knap.